Raising your prices because of inflation, because of gas, because of the world coming unhinged. That's our topic today. And if you're in the middle of it and you're seeming stressed out, like you don't feel like you're making money and it's just super, super challenging, I hope this will push you in the right direction. If you're fearful of raising prices or taking certain actions, I hope this will be the nudge that maybe makes that happen for you or gives you some security on maybe some of the things you could do. So let's get right into the meat and potatoes of this. Raising your prices is perceived to be something that is going to inevitably drive clients away. The same way so many people compete on low dollar stuff like their Wal-Mart trying to drive new work in, people perceive that if they just raise their rates or raise existing clients' prices, that a lot of them will just poof and disappear into the ether somewhere. And the reality of this, if you instate some kind of raise in prices right now because of what the world's going through, because of some of the changes that are happening, you're going to lose a very, very small percentage of your clients. And realize if you lose 5 or 10%, I don't know what the number is, but if you've raised it enough, most likely the raise compensates for the loss. And now you're doing less work for the same amount of money, and then we can continue on earning more. Realize that's how it works out. That's typically what happens. We raised our prices 10% earlier this year, and we really need to get back to looking at it again, because even though we've raised a lot of our hourly rates, stuff is crazy. Gas prices are crazy. Things are continuously changing. I'm like, when are the variables going to stop coming? And we're in business, and they won't. Whether it's this problem or it's a different problem, something will come up. And you got to do your best to watch it. You got to try to have people on your team, like good accountants and good other, lawyers and different things to help you catch some of this stuff. And just team members on your team that maybe watch some of this stuff. So realize that raising your prices isn't going to just drive everybody out the door. And, with that being said, also realize that it is your number one goal to be profitable. Yes, we want to serve clients. Yes, we want to bring opportunity. Yes, we can do all of that much better if we are more profitable. If there's more money left at the end of the day after we finish each lawn, after we finish each landscape project, if there's more money to put back and to put into future bettering of the company, better employees, raising employees' wages, training, all this different stuff, like that's what being more profitable gets you. But you gotta be more profitable. And that's why that's such a huge point. You have to realize that if you're not making money, if you are making 3% and gas prices have eroded the 3%, which is already a very small amount of money, you could sit at home for free. You don't have to have all the headaches and do all this shit just to go backwards all the time. So making a profit is number one, and don't feel guilty about that. Don't feel guilty enough to not raise your prices and not do all these other things, because it's the kind of stuff that you're gonna have to do. Now, with all that being said, I wanna talk about areas I would start and things in my mind that I would initially do. So if I'm gonna start raising prices, first, obviously, this should be obvious to you. If it's not, here you go, giving it to you on a silver plate. Raise prices on new work. Don't hesitate. Right now is the time to raise prices on new work. Your new work needs to be going up. It needs to be more expensive. Things are going to be more and more challenging to make money on all of the time with everything that's going on. Now, secondly, I would look at older clients that aren't performing as well. How did they get allowed to be here and still at this old rate? I do it, and I know you do it too. I know that there's that little Miss Betty Joe who's been with us forever is not being charged what she should be charged. I have a perfect client here that I love that she's getting charged a little bit less, but all in all, we need to remain profitable. So look at those. Look at the old clients that we could raise. Now with gas, look at surcharges. Look at, hey, we're gonna charge this much more stop for so long because of gas prices, and just immediately put that out there. You're gonna drop some people because of it, and maybe give defined specs. Hey, we've been eating this much for this long, so between the prices of $4.30 and whatever, we're going to raise it this amount, and then once it comes below this amount, we'll go back to our old prices. Whatever, but think about the surcharge. Think about these things you can do. And finally, after that, look at raising it across the board. If you're not profitable and you're not making money, You've got 10 Mo customers, or you've got 100, or you got 1,000. Send out a letter. Hey, we have to raise all prices effective immediately. It's unfortunate because of the current situation of the world that for us to remain in business, to employ our employees and continue to serve people like you, we will effective today be raising all prices X amount. Now, obviously, if you have contracts with certain places, maybe you can't do that, or you got to do it with a 30-day notice, or whatever the case may be. But this is the call to take action on this stuff. These are the things we need to do. We need to make sure we're profitable, because if you're not profitable, you are going backwards, and eventually it will cause you to go under.